Mic check, mic check, mic check. Mic check, mic check, mic check. Is this thing on? Fire emojis in the chat box if you can hear me. Mic check, mic check, mic check. Fire emojis in the chat box if you can hear me. Well, hello, good people. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, 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 all. Hello. Happy Tuesday, happy Tuesday. How y'all doing today on this fine afternoon? 5:30 on the East Coast, 4:30 Central, 3:30 Mountain, 2:30 on the West Coast. Where you guys watching from? Where are you guys watching the stream from? Few shout outs after before we even get into our matter of fact, let's go ahead and get into our Know the Gang. Let's go ahead and get into our Know the Gang. Let me get that up on the screen. Get our Know the Gang up on the screen. Know the Gang from yesterday. Marcus Payne, Steven from Florida, and P. Brown III. P. Brown III is our newest Patreon also. But shout out to Marcus Payne and Steven for being part of the Know the Gang. And if you don't know what the Know the Gang is, that is the first 3 people to come into the live stream, and do hashtag Know the Gang. And that's simply a favor to me. That's a favor to me to let me know that YouTube is doing its job of notifying you guys when the streams go live, when I publish them to the public, or when I hit the live button and it's time to stream. And that's simply what that is. And even if you're not one of the first 3, please, once you get the notification, come in and do the hashtag Know the Gang, so I'll know that you got the notification to come in, for the live stream. And that's all it is. And so simply, once you get the notification and you click on the stream and come over, do hashtag Know the Gang, and that's what that is. So I appreciate you guys for doing that. And tomorrow we'll do the top 3 that came in today and do it like that. But a few shout outs to some names that I haven't seen before, that I haven't noticed. So shout out to Rico. I don't recall seeing that name a lot, but some of the regulars: Brandon, Jeremiah W, Ozzy. Who else we got in here that I see? The Hawk TV. Let me see. Got the wrong stream up. Let me get this one out the way. There we go. Now I can see Malik. What up, Malik? What up, Osmond? I see where you. Brandon from Maryland. Osmond from Connecticut. Malik from the ATL. Shouty. I see. I appreciate you guys for jumping in. And what we got going on, so if you don't know, we're going to kind of talk about something for a minute real quick. Let me get me back up here. So again, if you don't know, I got a second channel. And what I'm doing on that second channel is I'm counting down, quote unquote, my power rankings. And so I took all 32 teams, I ranked them in 9 different categories, averaged them out. And I'm doing that countdown on that second channel. And that's going to go on for the next 32 or so days. And we're on number 31, which is going to premiere once this show is over with. So if you have not followed me on Moses at the Tally, please go over there and do so. And that's, if you're looking for the thumbnail, it kind of looks like this. Who's number 1? So when this show is over with, go over to Moses at the Tally and check that out. So even if you don't watch it, just turn it on and listen to it. But I'd rather you watch it and see who's number 31 on the countdown today. And again, today's number is probably going to shock some people, basically, because of the way they ended the season. But it is what it is. It's my countdown of the top 32 teams in the NFL and where I think they're going to finish as far as rankings and why. And the key part is why. Listen to the why. It's not just randomly numbers thrown up, out there. The why is the important part. And the thing I want you to do is comment. Comment, why do you agree or disagree, so we can have some good dialogue back and forth. But back to our Ravens. The topic of today: PFF put out their big 3. And their big 3, they consist of Lamar, Mark Andrews, and Marlo. So, and I put that out there. I said, what say you? Do you think their big 3 is legit? So, we put that out there. And our Jane Doe coming up today came in from a new person. Jeremiah put it coming out there today, but I didn't pick Jeremiah today because Jeremiah is a beast on it coming up today. And if we don't pick somebody different, Jeremiah will have the entire wheel to himself, the entire wheel. So we picked a new person today. I haven't seen this name on the Jane Doe coming up today at all. So this is a new person. His name is Scottie Pippen. So I'm sure that's a play on Scottie Pippen's name. But he said, yeah, coach, that's a good one. Honestly, Zero would probably be on there instead of Marlo. And Zero, I think he's referring to Roquan Smith because he changed his number to 0. Only because I believe he'll be ranked higher in his position than Marlo. Then he also asked the question, which of these current receivers do you think will finally make a Pro Bowl in a Ravens uniform? So even though this question don't have anything to do with what we're talking about today, I'm going to answer the question. And I really think none of our receivers are going to make the Pro Bowl. I think they have good enough seasons for us to have a great season as a team. But I don't think any of them will make the Pro Bowl. I think they'll all have 800 to 1,100 yards. But I think there'll be other guys to individually have great seasons. But I think our tight ends, our receivers will have a good team season. And we'll have a great team season. But no one person will just have this great year. And I think we'll be hard to stop because 1 week Odell will go off. 1 week Bateman will go off. 1 week Zay will go off. 1 week Mark will go off. 1 week Likely will go off. The next week maybe Kohler and Zay will go off. And the next week it may be Bateman, then with the run game may go off. I think it's going to be so many weapons out there that you can't just lock in on a guy, take him away, and then nobody else do their thing. That's why I don't think we'll have a receiver to make the Pro Bowl. Now, with the way people fall out and like just don't play in the Pro Bowl, we may have some alternates that get in with the same way Snoop got into the Pro Bowl. Now, somebody may get in that way, but as far as just straight up the first ballot making the Pro Bowl, I don't think a guy that's going to do that. But on the back end where guys get hurt and don't play or things like that, somebody may make it that way. But as far as that first cut of making the Pro Bowl, I don't think we're going to have anybody that make it. I don't think we're going to have anybody that make the Pro Bowl. All right, so that's Scottie Pippen. I appreciate your comment. And your name will go on the wheel at the end of the month. And the end of the month soon. So, matter of fact, tomorrow's the last day. Tomorrow's the last day to get your name on the wheel for the Jane Doe coming of the month. Well, coming of the day. And we'll be picking another winner soon. Man, this month has flown by quick. Because the first is Saturday. And so Wednesday is the last show for the week. And so if you want to get your name on the wheel for June, you better, once I post tomorrow's show, you better be commenting. Because I'm sure Jeremiah has dominated June. I got to go back and look. But I'm sure Jeremiah has dominated. And I mean straight dominated June. All right, now let's go to this. And this is something that you're gonna need y'all participation in. Let's look at the big three. Let's look at the big three we got coming up. All right. So first up, this is the big three that they said that PFF put up. You got Marlon Humphreys. You got Lamar Jackson. You got Mark Andrews. And we know what Lamar is. Lamar is former MVP. If he stay healthy, he's going to be a consensus All-Pro pretty much every year, fighting with Pat Mahomes and a few other guys to be that All-Pro quarterback. Mark Andrews is that second-tier tight end because there's a one-tier tight end that's not Patrick Kelce. That's Travis Kelce by himself. And then there's the other guys. And it probably, if Kittle stayed healthy, there'd be Kelce and Kittle. Then there'd be everybody else. But Kittle can't stay healthy, so there's Kelce, then there's Kittle, Andrews, Waller. Try not to forget anybody. Then there's the next level of guys. There's a bunch of guys on that next level, and then you got Marlo. Now Marlo didn't, if I'm not mistaken, give up a touchdown last year. If I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, chat. I don't think Marlo gave up a touchdown last year. And if he did, he only gave up one. Is that our big three? I got some options for you, though. I got some options. Is that our big three? That's option A. That's option A before we get to the phone line. Now let's check out option B. Let's see if option B is our big three. This is option B. Option B is Lamar. And again, we know what Lamar is. Andrews we just talked about. And Roquan. Now, yes, Roquan has 18 right there, but we know Roquan changed his number to 0. Full season of Roquan. Full season. Is Roquan going to be our, in the big three? The big three don't have to be just offense. Remember the triplets from the Cowboys? They had Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith, and Michael Irvin. The triplets don't have to be straight offense. It could be defense too. And like PFF had it with Marlo. Is Roquan that guy? And that's what our Jane Doe coming up today suggested, that Roquan would be that guy. That's option B. That's option B. All right, option C. Let me give you option C. Here's option C. You see who's been added in there. You got Lamar. You still got Andrews. Took Roquan out. Added J.K. Took Roquan out. Added J.K. Is J.K. part of the big three? He had 800 some odd yards his rookie year. 500 some odd yards his third year. Remember, he was hurt his second year. So a total of like 1,300 yards as a Raven. He going to put it together and have 1,300 this year? I think so. Is J.K. part of the big three? That's option C. That's option C. Now I'll give you one more option before we get to the phone lines. One more option. This is option D. Is it Lamar? And keep in mind, Lamar gonna be in here regardless. I ain't taking Lamar out. Lamar, Roquan, and J.K. Is that your big three? Lamar, J.K., Roquan. So let me do? I'm finna make a poll. I'm gonna take this poll down. I'm gonna close this poll that's up there. Make a poll. Let me get to it so I can make the poll. And while we're at the phone lines, you guys can be voting. So let me make this poll. Then phone line. I'm coming to you. Give me 1 second to make this poll, phone line. 1 second. Then I'm coming to you. A, B, C, or D. And I'll scroll back to them in a second. All right, before we go to the phone lines, let's run back through them real quick. All right, this is A. A is Marlo, Mark Andrews, Lamar. B, Roquan, Lamar, Andrews. C, J.K., Lamar, Andrews. And D is Roquan, Andrews, and Lamar. And again, once we finish with the phone lines, we'll come back to this and recap it before we hang up. All right. So let's get over to the phone lines. Let's get over to the phone lines. All right. Got my man Rave Kingdom. How you doing today?
How you doing? I'm doing good. Yes, sir. I just want to start by saying, man, I hope you guys have an amazing meet and greet, man. I really wanted to go, but I couldn't go because I live all the way down here in the south in Georgia. So I hope yes, I'm in Georgia, a Baltimore fan, so I'm kind of alone. You know what I'm saying? Maybe one fan around here, but anyways, I'm honest with you. I'm gonna say neither of them, neither A or B.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think those are my big three for Baltimore. Some people may disagree. I think some people may wonder why I'm saying this. There's distinctive reasons why I say they're not my three, because yes, will Lamar be in one of my three? Yes. That is automatic. I don't think there's no question about that. There's no doubt. I think Lamar is in that three, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he's one of them. That is for a fact. My second one, I'm going to replace Andrews with Marcus Williams. And I'm going to replace that because I don't think Marcus Williams gets his respect as he should. I think people forgot that when he wasn't hurt, he was with the he had the most interceptions, or I think he was tied up. If he was tied up or he was the most, I forgot. I forgot what it was. But I think he was leading. He was either leading or tied up with the most interceptions at safety spot. He was everywhere for us, and I will never forget it. Every time he got a tackle or was all around that field on the first games before he got hurt, I said, "Oh my God, he is worth every penny, every bit of that $70 million." Marcus Williams was worth every penny of that $70 million. I think people forget about that. I don't know what his motive was. I don't know what energized him. People forget he came in on that beginning of that season before he got hurt like a bull headed towards that little red flag. I think people forget that. He was the star player on that defense. Okay, he was everywhere. He was making tackles. He was making sacks. He was getting interceptions. He was everywhere on that defense. Let me stop before I get too excited.
Now go ahead.
So I'm gonna put Marcus Williams there. I don't know why people keep forgetting how dangerous Marcus Williams was, and now he's about to have a healthy defense with Marcus Williams healthy as well. So y'all better watch out for that guy. I don't know why y'all keep forgetting that. Number three,
Marcus Williams. Marcus Williams and Lamar. That's your two, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Lamar,
I just want to make sure I was on
Williams.
the same page. Go ahead. Go ahead with number 3.
Number 3, I'm going with Odell.
Okay.
And I say that because if he plays half of what he did in that New York Giants uniform, y'all better watch out. People forget that Odell is the narrative that TV wants to push. I don't know how many how many times are we going to air on the TV? I forgot. Is it
I'm
going
not
to be
sure.
a lot this time?
Especially late in the season. We're definitely on a lot late in the season.
Okay, well, I think we're about to be on TV a lot because if Odell plays, if he plays healthy, he is always going to be a star factor in what we do. He will be on top of billboards. He will be in front of the TVs. When we click on that TV and click the Baltimore Ravens game, he will be right there. They be pulling up his stats. He'd be that big picture right there. It'd be him and Lamar and probably someone else. Y'all are not going to sit here and act like that 3 is not the 3. And how I know is because Odell and Lamar is stars in their own way. And if Odell plays just half of what he did in New York Giants, he's another star. And I'm going to say Marcus Williams because he may not be respected as much, but I said before Marcus Williams got hurt, he was the best player on the defense without no question. Without no question. No one could ever line up any stats and tell me Marcus Williams was not our best defender in that first beginning of games before he got hurt. He was collecting interception after interception, sacks, tackles, all of that, disrupting passes. I don't care. That's my 3, Coach.
He was, and I can't deny he was balling before he hurt his he broke his wrist or whatever. He was getting after it. I can't deny you on that. Now the only pushback I give you on your list is, and I hate to give it to you because my second favorite player is Odell, but does he have enough in the tank to give you even half of what he gave you in New York? Because he was so good in New York. He was so good in New York. Can he give you half of that in Baltimore after all the injuries? Because when I tell you what he was in New York, he was headed toward Randy Moss status. Can he give you half of that? Because that's just how good he was in New York. Can he?
Right.
Right. His projections in New York was astronomical. Can he even give you 40% of that? Does he still have that in his body? Because that's how good he was when he was a New York Giant.
Most definitely. And that's why I said. Oh, my fault. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. You good?
Yeah, my bad. I said that's why I said if Odell plays just half of what New York Giants is. Are we kidding me? And listen, Coach. And you said you're giving me pushback for it, right? Right. So tell me.
Only reason I'm giving you pushback because because he was so good in New York, and he's had so many injuries since then. New York seemed like 15 years ago. It seemed like that catch he made over the back of his head, that seemed like ages ago. And I just, like I said, I'm a huge Odell fan, and I want him to do good. I just don't know, like, if he can give us half of, like you said, if he give us half of that, he's still gonna be great.
Okay.
If we can get half of it. So I agree with you. I just don't know if he can give it to us.
Okay, and this is why I question this. Let's say he does. Let's go with the dream that he does. Doesn't his internet and presence alone and his stigma and narrative that's around him just proves he's one of the star powers?
Oh yeah, no doubt. I agree with you. Yes, the thing is with Odell, the fact that when he step on the field, he's gonna command defensive recognition. You got to look out there and find wherever he is and make sure you got eyes on him, which is gonna help other guys get open. The fact that he's on the field is gonna help Bateman be open. The fact that he's on the field is gonna allow Mark Andrews to be even more open. The fact that he's on the field is gonna help open running lanes for Lamar and J.K. Just the fact that when he step on the field, it's gonna command, not gonna say double teams, but a safety gonna have to peek over there and see what Odell's doing, and it's gonna help other people out. So he just got to stay healthy. That's it. He ain't got to catch 75 balls.
I agree.
He just got to stay healthy.
And that's that. You are literally saying what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
The man don't even have to do all that. He's already a huge internet sensation. Everyone loves him. It's like a group of fans flock where he's at. Mm-hmm. And you're telling me if he could play healthy on our team and plays just half of it, you cannot tell me that Odell, Marcus Williams, and Lamar is our big three. I can't see it.
Yeah. I agree. It definitely could be that. So I agree 100%. 100%.
All right, Coach. I appreciate the call, Coach.
Appreciate it. Appreciate you for calling through. Appreciate it. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna end the poll. We're gonna end the poll. So we got two things coming up. Again, let me get this back up here. So we have this for me premiering at 6. We have this premiering for me at 6. Hendo, I know you're here. What time your show? Put it in the chat box. What time's your show coming on? I think my episode of this show is about 13 or 14 minutes long today. What time is your show today? Put it in the comment section. I know you in here. I see you. So we can kind of coordinate this thing. As soon as is 4 minutes until my premiere for this. So we're trying to coordinate so we can go from here to more Sip the Tally over to the Rogue Pod. That's what we're trying to do. Coordinate this whole thing and get everybody rolling. But as far as the poll, let's see what the poll is. And again, my 4 options may not be the only options. But as far as the 4 options I put out there, not tonight. Oh, okay, so we good. Not tonight. Okay, cool. So as far as the 4 options I put up there, which are not necessarily the only options, we had 27 votes. And C won. Let's see which one is C. So that's A, B, C. So this is the one that people voted on. Out of the 27 votes, C got 33%, and it's J.K., Mark, and Lamar. And I can understand that. But King Rave made a good argument for Marcus Williams to be in this. And again, Marcus had a great start to last season. So Marcus probably could be in this over Marlo. Definitely, if he starts the season like he did last year, Marcus could definitely probably should have been in that PFF thing. But he did get hurt. So we'll see. Again, going over to more Sip the Tally. If you have not subscribed, please go over there and do so. That what's the number 30? What's that, Tuesday? So number 31 is going to premiere in the next 2 minutes. So I'll see you guys over there. And again, today's team is going to surprise some people because they finished the year pretty darn good. but because of some additions, well, mainly some subtractions, I think they're going to subtract some wins, and that's why they're going to be ranked number 31. So I appreciate everybody for coming through. I appreciate King Raven for calling in. I appreciate our first Jane Doe comment of the day from our newest commenter, which is Scotty Bippin. Tomorrow is the last show of the week, which is also the last chance for you to be the Jane Doe comment of the day for the month of June. So we'll be picking a winner for the month of June soon thereafter. And I appreciate you guys, man. I appreciate everything you do for the channel. I appreciate P. Brown the third for becoming the latest Patreon. And if you want to be a Patreon, please go over to patreon.com/sip-the-tally. That will get you into the Discord, which is extremely active. That'll also get you into the fantasy football, which I don't have the chains with me, but you can know you've seen the chains. Y'all follow the channel. The chains are the prize for winning the fantasy football, which some of you will having a chance to win, but you won't win because I'm extremely competitive and I plan on both of those chains staying with me. But the thing is, with those chains, I'm going to keep my chains. I'm going to win Hendo's ring. I'm going to win the plaque from LBHT. I'm just going to win everything. That's how that's going to do. All the stuff coming to me. I plan on winning everybody's stuff. So that's the gist of it. But without further ado, let's head on over to more Sip the Tally over there because we for the streets. So let's head to the streets. And again, thank you, Michael Holt, for subscribing. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. And welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. See y'all soon, man. Peace. See y'all more Sip the Tally. Let's